Why don't we get to the best story we got going right now? Let's bring on coach of the team that is going dancing, the Drexel Dragons, making their first tourney appearance since 1996. Coach Spiker, how you doing?
Hey guys, how are you doing? Great to talk to you again. I think we spoke in the fall, didn't we?
We
Yeah,
did.
it was so great to talk to you at the beginning of the season and hear how you were going to be dealing with this and all the question marks. You've now made it through that season. What was it like to deal with all of the question marks, all the adversity, and then lead it up to what happened this week?
It was great. It was really good. It was a lot of fun. It's obviously a lot of adversity can happen right there, but you learn a lot about the young men that you're coaching and the type of people that we have in our locker room made it a great experience. I apologize. I'm getting out of my car right now while I'm talking to you guys. I apologize.
No worries at all. You guys had so many challenges to overcome. You went 21 days without a game, had a half dozen games canceled. I saw you in the post-game interview after you guys won say you played more games at James Madison's court 4 than you did on your own home court. Can you talk about the challenges of this season that you overcame to get here?
Yeah, I think it's adversity, right? And you don't know what's going to happen. We used to talk to our guys a lot this year about sudden change. Listen, we don't know what the schedule is going to be like. We went to practice on a Thursday morning at home, getting ready for the number one team in our league, Northeastern, to come play us. And they called and tested positive and weren't coming down. So we went from a huge 2-game homestand to no games and 10 days off in between our next game. And the message we told our guys was, you got to be able to deal with sudden change, and it's something honestly that you got to deal with in life too. You got to deal with adversity when it comes your way, and keep going, and not just stop and let it crumble you. And our guys did a great job of pivoting, adjusting, and our coaching staff had great ideas to keep it light, to keep practice going, so it didn't get boring. And I thought, as a group, we were able to handle the adversity or the disappointment of a game getting canceled, and just make it something where we got better and we enjoyed being around each other. And in the end, what happened really, guys, was we kind of went off the grid because everybody else's testing policies wouldn't allow them to play us. So we just kept coming to work every day and kept getting better and get it better and better. And then by the time we played a game, we looked like a totally different team than the last time we played.
Coach, every time I've talked to somebody, what they want to talk about is the reaction of your team after you won and the emotion that you showed, both with your team and your family. What was it that you were feeling at that moment when the buzzer went to 0?
It's just a huge sense of gratification and pride for our players. Just so grateful that they had stuck with it. We gave them a couple simple things. Listen, the most disciplined team is going to come out on top, right? Whether it's COVID conscious or transition defense, half-court defense, or shot selection. The most disciplined team is going to win this thing. And when you get there and you go through it, what we went through, you had to play at the number 1 seed, James Madison, for the final game of the regular season. Then we were the 6th seed, and we played the number 3 seed in Charleston, who's been in more, and then Northeastern. And those two teams have combined for more conference title appearances in the last 6 years than anybody in our conference. And then we played Elon, who was the hottest team. That was a big run. So I think what you saw at the end of that game was some relationships that are really genuine and sincere between our players and each other, our coaching staff and our players, and coaching and all of our support staff. Drexel is a special, special place with great people, and very fortunate and thankful most of those people were able to be down there at the game with us, and I think that's what you saw on TV, hopefully.
I saw you jokingly say those weren't tears. What are you talking about? But I'll tell you what,
our point guard, Cam Winter, was crying. I myself was not. I just happened to walk by the scores table and somebody was chopping up some onions. I was totally fine.
That's all. I'll tell you, I texted Jeff right away because we talk a lot about, family and sports and the impact it has on family. I thought it was so cool to see your kids and your wife in the stands after everything they've probably gone through you on this journey. How special was it to have your family there with you? I know you like to make it about the team, but just kind of a personal question there to have them there as you accomplish this.
Yeah, well, I think our family is no different than any other family on our coaching staff, right? When you're in athletics, whether it's head coach, assistant coach, or athletic trainer or sports information, right? you're around the team, you're traveling, you're going through what teams do in season, and there's practice, and there's pregame, and there's preparation and treatments before and after practice. If you're a spouse of someone on a basketball staff or a football staff or any other team, there's tremendous sacrifice that is behind the scenes that nobody sees. No one sees. You see the coaches and you see those things, but no one sees the assistant coach's wife that's having to take her kids to school every day, and maybe some of them aren't old enough to be in school, but you got to get them out of bed to get the one guy to school, so our staff can meet at 8 a.m. in the morning before we have 9 o'clock practice every day. Right? So those are the hidden figures. Those are the unsung heroes of every coaching staff. And so to have that opportunity personally for my wife to be there and our 3 kids to be there to see it was incredible, and we've got young kids, and that's a moment and a memory to make for them. But just to recognize so many other people. And listen, like I said, Mike Westerfer, our athletic trainer, he shows up an hour and a half before practice and does COVID testing every single day, right? And so there was emotion. It was real. It was genuine. But I think that's the beauty of sport. It brings that out of us, and it's a lot of sacrifice, but it's also, I think everybody would say it's also worth it.
Coach, not only is it worth it on the court, but it's also worth it, seems like, off the court for you. We talked to you before the season about Coaches versus Cancer and all the work that the community of coaches in Philadelphia is doing. Next week is the Coaches versus Cancer breakfast, and you're participating despite the fact you got to get ready for the tournament. Tell us about your involvement for this breakfast and what you're looking forward to there.
Well, I think it's going to be a great event. For so many years, guys, this event was on the floor of the Palestra. Right, on Monday morning after Selection Sunday, they'd have all 6 coaches there, and they'd talk about the tournament. And usually it was Coach Wright and maybe one other coach have to get up early and go get on a plane and go to practice or get ready for the tournament. This year, that's not the case because of the pandemic, but it's an incredible event that just brings more awareness and brings people together to understand that there's college basketball and then there's Philly college basketball, and within that, there's Coaches versus Cancer in Philadelphia, and we do whatever we can to work together to crush cancer. And this event does that. So it's going to be a little bit different this year. They're going to do a couple different days virtually, and I think they'll be great days. And whether you're in a tournament or not, we plan to participate. So we'll be hunkered down and quarantined in Indianapolis, and we'll be joining via Zoom.
Coach, I believe this is your first appearance as a head coach in the NCAA tournament. What's it going to be like for you? Are you the kind of guy that can go to sleep, or are you going to be up all night?
Yes and yes. No, I don't know. I think I'll sleep. I know that it'll be exciting, but we tell our guys, be where your feet are, right? Be present in the moment, and at that point in time, that we'll have all sorts of other moments and opportunities to look back and enjoy things. Right now, we're one of the few teams that are still playing a game, and once you get so many hours out or a day or two out, you work start from the jump ball start time, and your routine is your routine. So it'll involve those same things, and we'll continue to do that.
Well, Coach, thank you for providing a little time to us, providing the city with some amazing moments early on in the NCAA tournament time, and for the work that you're about to do with Coaches versus Cancer. We look forward to watching you in the NCAA tournament and hopefully talking to you about the experience when you're done.
It sounds great, guys. Thanks so much for having us on, and appreciate all you've done. And thanks to everybody for your support of Coaches versus Cancer. We hope to continue to promote awareness for that next week as well.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.